I got a special video for you today. This is gonna blow your mind. I don't know if you've ever used the market analyzer before. I'm gonna show you a few creative ways you could use this with any of your indicators. First, you want to go to your NinjaTrader control panel, click on New, Market Analyzer. And this is where we will be adding the instruments and the indicators. So let me show you. In this first market analyzer window, I've got a short-term trend, a medium-term trend, and a long-term trend. And these are based on Renko bars. I've got two data series, the NQ and the ES, but let me just show you here. So I went in and added an instrument. I added the NQ and I added the ES, and that will load up these instruments. And then I go into columns. Once you're in the columns section, you've got all these different options. Scroll down to the indicator. So double click on the indicator. It'll pop up down here. And now you can choose from any of your indicators that you have. You can plop it in here. And then you choose your plot. For the solar wind, I'm going to be measuring the signal trend. So basically, I want to know the trend for the short term, the medium term, and the long term for both the NQ and the ES. So for the short term, I've got a multiplier trend of 1 and a multiplier stop of 2. For the medium term, I've got a multiplier trend of 2 and a multiplier stop of 4, a little bit bigger. For the longer term trend, I have a multiplier trend of 4 and a multiplier stop of 8. And all three of these are based on a King Renko, 10 for the brick size and 4 for the trend threshold. So I would definitely want to get rid of the ES out of this market analyzer panel, just because I don't want to be measuring a Renko bar of 10 and 4 on the ES. It just doesn't really compare to the NQ. You can also choose any bar type, which I will show you in these other two market analyzers. I have a 1 minute, 2 minute, and 3 minute, and a 100 tick, 200 tick, and 300 tick. Now for the conditions, it will show up with 0 conditions on both. I've added 2 conditions. Let me show you what I've added. So you'll click on Add to add a new condition. Change the cell value. These little boxes are the cells. So for the value plot that I've chosen, which is the signal trend, if the condition is less, I want to choose less, then 0, which would be a -1, which would be a short. I want the background to be red, and for the foreground, you see it's printing the number of the code. It's a -1, so it's short. I don't need to see that, so I've just left both of these red. You could also put this as transparent. The second condition, color for the background, lime green. The condition is greater than the value 0. So if I click on Apply To, so it looks like I could have the market analyzer window and apply it only to the NQ or the ES and have separate conditions for each one and still have it in the market analyzer. That way I could have different Renko bar sizes for both the NQ and the ES and have them both on the same chart. So that would be the way to do it. But I've got it applied to all. So any instrument that I load up here, I could load up the YM, the RTY. It's just going to apply it to everything that I throw in this market analyzer window. So now this is measuring the trend for 3 different solar wind settings, all on the 10-4 NINZA Renko chart type. I can get a general overview of how things are going across many different time frames, many different chart types, many different instruments. The possibilities are truly endless. So let's check out this market analyzer window. I've got the NQ and the ES, and it's for the 1 minute, 2 minute, and 3 minute on both of these instruments. And this is the same thing. This is measuring the solar wind trend. But again, you can use it with pretty much any indicator. that's got a value plot, it seems like. And let's check out this market analyzer window. On this one, I have the volume delta. So I'm going to go to columns again after I right click. Once again, you'll go to indicator, double click, it'll pop up down here. And the way I'm changing the name of this, if you go down to label, it'll have your indicator name in there when it loads up. I just changed it to 100 tick, 200 tick, 300 tick, and that will appear in the market analyzer window here. So for the indicator, I've chosen the NINZA volume delta. For the plot, volume delta. And for the data series, I've got a tick chart value of 100. Now there's one difference on the condition here. I've added the two conditions. Greater than the value of 0. This will show for the longs. I've got lime green for the background. I've got dark green for the foreground. That way I can see the bar delta number. So if some big delta numbers pop up, I will be able to see them. And for the condition less than 0, showing the negative delta, red for the background, dark red for the foreground. So again, I can see the delta numbers. And again, you could choose any bar type. You can do the minute bar type, whatever you like. Calculate on each tick, price change, bar close, all that good stuff. So also, if you right click, go to properties. What I've done is clicked always on top. That way, even if I click on the chart behind it, all of these market analyzer windows stay in the foreground. That way I can just tuck them onto the side of a chart somewhere. You could also have these under a chart. They don't take up much space. But now I've got this grid where I can see the trend of the 1 minute, 2 minute, and 3 minute on both instruments. I can see the short-term Renko trends. I can see 3 different trend types across one Renko bar size. The other thing I didn't mention about this, so on this minute chart, instead of having different trend settings for the solar wind, since I've got different time frames, like here I have the exact same bar type but different solar wind settings. So a multiplier trend of 1 and a stop of 2 for the 1 minute. It's the same on the 2 minute and the 3 minute. So it's giving me the minor solar wind trend on the 1 minute, the 2 minute, and the 3 minute. So now that we have some data flowing through, see everything's moving and changing. All the delta from all the different tick charts is popping up. Got the 1 minute trend changing. Trends are changing on the Renkos. Like all this green, check out all this green. But look at all the red, the mixed signal. We're taking off to the upside, but still a lot of red. The 3 minute trend is down. Trends are down on the ES across the board. So even though we popped up, we were fighting a lot of red there. Came right back down. I'm seeing some big numbers come in there. So I might want to take a sell. And knowing that I've got the 3 minute trend on my side, 2 minute trend, and the 1 minute trend on the ES. We're getting some red on the ES. Another big number on the ES for the delta. Now everything's turning red here. And we got our take profit. Been staying red. Still just keep coming down every time we retrace a little bit. So if you've got some indicators you want to play around with in Market Analyzer, there's a little starter course for you. Load up some Market Replay and test out all your wildest ideas. I'd love to hear how other people might be using this in the comments section if you feel so inspired. I got a new code with Apex. You can use the code MonkeyMan And that will get you the best deal at Apex, which right now is 90% off. And 1 day to pass. 80% on the recurring months, half price resets. I just passed one of their evaluation accounts in 2 days. Got my certificate, got my account set up. Same day, it's super easy. They've really got their stuff together these days. Last 4 PA accounts I got with them were activated on the same day as well. It's a very easy process. I hope you got some good ideas. Thanks for watching and best of luck in your trading.